is Ann Rosen, and this is part 2 of my introduction. Okay, what's this all about? What am I offering? What I'm offering is the opportunity, by way of sharing with you the means to become more clear, comfortable, and secure within yourself, so that however you choose to live your life, and however life lives you, you'll be able to enjoy and benefit more from the exchange. How am I going to help facilitate that for you? I've launched a new website dedicated to psychologically upgrading and furthering the evolution of human potential. You can find it at www.lifegame. That's LIFEGAME, like the game of life. www.lifegame.com. On this website, you'll find the beginnings of many insights and techniques that I'll be making available to you. Through the coming months and years, I'll be creating and adding to a growing podcast library titled Psychological Keys to Human Fulfillment. Through these podcasts, I'll be delivering to you a step-by-step description of human consciousness, how it's structured, along with the various functions of its interactions. The library is divided into 4 different sections. The first podcast section is titled The Art of Health. How good can you feel? The first thing you're given when you come into this world is your body. The last thing that you leave behind is your body. If you're married to anything, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for better or worse, and I do want for you all of the superlatives. If you're married to anything, first and foremost, it is your body. Yet, relatively few people understand how this vehicle of their consciousness operates. I'm going to be making accessible to you a comprehensive understanding of how the metabolic systems of your body function and interrelate. Basically, there are 2 approaches to health. The first, where most people are understandably fixated, is getting away from a problem. And of course, if you are suffering through a problem, you do want to get away from it. The second approach involves finding out just how good you can feel, how safely and effectively you can upgrade the quality of your vitality, flexibility, stamina, and mental alertness. What is involved in the various healing processes? What options are available to you, both in established medicine and alternative care? How can you make sense out of what's available to you in the marketplace of health-related goods and services? I intend to provide you with the means to scrutinize what's available to you so that you can make the best use of them. Some of the topics I'll be covering will be nutrition, basic and enhanced, the aging process, anti-aging, longevity, enhanced physical and mental performance, body manipulation, exercise, nutritional supplementation, prescription medication, recreational alterations, and a host of others. However, it is important for you to distinguish. In a laboratory where you can strictly control all the variables in a given test, you can obtain consistent, verifiable results. But when you consider the various processes taking place in the living alchemical cauldron of the human body, where unconscious-based genetic patterns are unfolding, along with the irrational subconscious processes of your feelings, combined with the assertions of your mental ideas, spiced with occasional leaps into exceptional peak experiences, all of it in a constant flux of having to adapt to changing situational circumstances. Well, that's where the art comes into the application of health. The art of health involves individual application. Of course, we want to make use of the best that science, technology, traditional, alternative, and new innovative approaches can offer. However, in health, you are not adjusted to someone's mass statistical norm, no matter how insightful that may be. Art of health involves adjusting you to the ongoing comfort level of your individual dynamic. Now, taking all of this into consideration, the mysterious, elusive, do-wacka-do X factor in the application of health is consciousness. Which brings me to the second section of the podcast library titled The Nature of Consciousness, State of Mind. Consider, you wouldn't get up on a nice day, the weather is springtime deluxe, the bills are paid, there's plenty to eat, nobody's out to do you any harm. You wouldn't get up on such a day and consciously decide to spend your time vexing yourself with fear and guilt and beating yourself up with doubt and frustration. You wouldn't consciously choose to make your life a living misery. But some days, probably far too many days, against your reason, desire, and better judgment, you do that to yourself. It seems that somehow you've become divided against yourself and are at war within. Yet, there's only one of you in there. The problem is that many of your psycho-emotional circuits were patterned, conditioned, and programmed into inappropriate, inadequate, and ineffective ranges of response before you developed the mental capacity to ascertain what was available to you and direct them as you see fit. As a reference, I will be providing you with a description of how the first 3 levels of perception, that is, your senses, your feelings, and your thoughts, how they function and interrelate. Next, we'll look at how the ego becomes composited to take reflex dominance over those first 3 levels. From mild, fleeting, barely discernible, momentary annoyance, to full-blown sociopathic psychosis, I will show you how the mismanagement of this run-amok tool of consciousness has accounted for every emotional difficulty that you or anyone else has ever suffered through. After that, we will start to open up and explore the workings of 4th level perception. We'll be moving from contemplation through various phases of meditation: east, west, ancient, modern, established, improvised, so that you can gain a comprehensive sense of what tools are available to you and how to safely access those tools you may find an affinity with. From contemplation through meditation, we'll be moving into self-actualization and consider what's involved in you rewiring the workings of your own ego matrix. The purpose here is to enable you to feel more comfortably and securely in control of your own tools of consciousness, so that you can access at will the workings of your sensations, feelings, and thoughts. Think of how much freer you would feel. How would your interactions change if you felt comfortably secure and in control within yourself, no longer acting from ignorance-generated confusion, along with the fear, doubt, confusion, anxiety, guilt, and shame that it engenders? Individual freedom. What is it good for? Why do you want to be free? Isn't it so that you can become more intimate with the totality of yourself and feel free to interact when and to the degree you choose with others? Which brings me to the third podcast section titled The Art of Intimacy, Freedom in Intimacy. Whether in casual social civility, in formal business, in friendship, in loving erotic intimacy, we will examine the 3 C's which comprise the operative dynamics as a basis for gauging the effectiveness of social interactions. And after distinguishing the ramifications of sex and love, we will combine them to explore the interactive range of intimacy that's available to you through the erotic arts. The 4th podcast section is titled In the Body Politic of Humanity, Evolving the Species. There are many unavoidable transitions which have begun escalating through the various social structures throughout our planet. In this section, I'll be offering an occasional, ongoing running commentary on more constructive ways to view and handle the social dynamics of our rapidly changing society. Beyond the podcast library, you'll find a condensed outline of the Geigers, a 100% psychologically foolproof guide to inner equilibrium in any circumstances. You'll also find a condensed outline of the process, 5 steps to self-actualization. Both of these topics will be described in detail in forthcoming podcasts. In the section Mind Maps and Mind Mirrors, we'll be examining the various developmental tools of consciousness that have been put into practice throughout the ages. In the section Literary Writings, you'll find several of my books available for your consideration, and there will be a number of novels that will be forthcoming in the future. As we progress, I'll be adding to many interactive ways for us to share together. This is only the beginning. Stay tuned in to this website. Thank you for giving your consideration to part 2 of my introduction, what I'm offering. Let me close this offering by saying to you, may your life be an ever-expanding movement through satisfaction to fulfillment. Enjoy your life. You're the only one who can.